What is up? I don't upload nearly as much. Way to keep a vlog of some sort to keep track of what I do. So here's an MR2 update. K24 is in the Corolla. That's dope. The MR2 went on Bring a Trailer. And it sold earlier this week. Yeah, it's Friday. Sold on Monday for $30,000. That's pretty cool. I made some money on it. I'm not going to disclose how much, but made a little bit of money. That's awesome. The guy was up in Philly. Really nice guy to deal with. Bring a Trailer. The staff were great to deal with. I would definitely do it again. It just took so long, and that's probably my biggest gripe with them. The extra $250 to pay a photographer from there to come out and take pictures was well worth it. I'd highly recommend anyone who wants to do Bring a Trailer to pay the extra $250 to get someone to come out and do it. That's not what we're here to talk about, though. I'm here to update you guys on the K24 AE86, what I've done to it, and I guess what I'm doing going forward. So let's just jump into it. I got the motor in here. It's a K24 AE2 RBB head. So it has the 3 lobes on both the intake and the exhaust cam. It's the one you want. This is a JDM motor. I bought it from a buddy that I trust, and I haven't heard it run. Hopefully it runs. I had to modify the oil pan, modify the subframe, and I put the RSX Type S oil pump in it. I have to pull the front cover off. It's not too bad of a job, but definitely a new experience for me. So I'm going to run the F20C intake manifold. A lot of people says it's super restrictive and you shouldn't, and you just need to go with K24 or somebody else, another brand's. And I don't know, my RX-7 is running the stock K20C intake manifold, and I'm making, at the moment, $355 because my clutch started to slip, and that's because I'm using the OEM flywheel, which had burn marks on it. My clutch is a Clutchmaster 6-puck. That's the same thing I got for this, except for this I actually put a new flywheel on it because you had to for the K to F swap. I'm running a F20C 6-speed, which I think is going to bite me in the ass, but that's the platform I know. I should have done CD009 or BMW ZF, but we'll see what happens. I do have a little spoolie boy. It's a Precision 5931. I'm aiming for, like, if it's over 300 at the wheels, that'd be dope. I think this thing can easily make that. I do have a flex fuel sensor, and I'm running 1000cc injectors, but I'm kind of on the wall. I don't think I need to run E. I think that just with the turbo on pump on 93, she's going to make enough. A lot of people were saying, again, back to the intake manifold, it's super restrictive, and I'm like, I think with my turbo, it's not going to fucking matter. I'll be honest. I think that with 8 PSI, it's not going to care about being restrictive in the intake manifold. Now, would it help if I got a much better flowing intake manifold? Sure, 100%. If I was aiming for 500-600 horsepower, yes, I should get a better intake manifold. I'm aiming for 350 at the wheels. This thing is super light. Me and a buddy could probably lift the front end of the motor up together. The whole car. But yeah, so I had to modify the subframe. I had to cut part of it out and then reinforce it. I used what I use, a 1/4 inch. Yeah, I think I used 1/4 inch steel plate, or just slightly smaller. What is that? So 2/8. I think I used 1/8 inch plate or 3/16. One of the two. Might have been 3/16 plate. Just cut it to spec, box it in. I'll see if I can show you in a second. And then I used JSP's complete swap kit. I think I used their adapter as well for the K to F engine to trans. Their engine mounts worked great, and then I used their K to F intake manifold adapter too, which I use version 2, and even at that I still had to bore out my intake manifold. Slightly annoying. I had to bore out the holes in the adapter plate, and I'm not sure if I just need to bore out the intake manifold at all or not, because the holes don't line up. The passages line up, but the holes, the mounting holes, don't line up. So you bolt, here's your engine block, here's your plate, here's your intake manifold. Plate goes to block, intake manifold bolts to the plate. Well, except for the most front 2 bolts. Those are close enough to the stock holes on the head of the K24 that if you, I say, whore out the holes a little bit on the top and bottom of your intake manifold, they actually go straight through the plate and into the engine block itself. You had to whore them out a lot. It doesn't look good. I gotta take the bolts back out and throw a washer on there so it covers it up, but that's the way to do it. I'm waiting on my buddy Tim, who did the downpipe and intercooler piping on my RX-7. He's going to build me a manifold for this, probably another month or so. I know he's backed up. He's building some engine brackets for my buddy's S15 right now, and then he's putting a V8 in a Mercedes or something. I don't know. Okay. Really good, skillful guy. He's just backed up on work. He's going to build me an intake manifold for this and downpipe and probably some intercooler piping as well. And then all I really have left to do is throw the wire harness on, plug it into the Haltech 1500, and we're good to go. Get it tuned up. Yeah, I do need to order. I'm going to do the same oil filter housing adapter that I got on the F motor. That's going to be where I'm going to get oil from. It's oil cooled only, so don't have to worry about coolant. I've got to figure out what the coolant lines are going for, and if I could run heat in this thing, that would be dope. This is going to be a lot less haggard than my RX-7 is. I hate to say that, but the RX-7 is haggard. It's 100% haggard. I learned how to do everything on it, and the engine bay kind of looks like dog shit, which I don't care about. It is what it is. My wiring is shit. I hate wiring. I could make it look better, but I really don't care. It fucking works. So at the end of the day, that's all I'm concerned about. If I was building a show car or something, it would need to be cleaned up, but it's not. It's a fuck around, fuck you sort of car. I hope it makes you mad. Let me fuck with whatever I want to on the street, burn the tires up, make turbo noises, have fun in. Just kind of a hoonigan, fuck around car, and then piss off the RX-7 hardcore people. And it's funny because I've owned like 30 some fucking first gens. I've had 2 FDs, I've had like 4 or 5 FCs, one was a 10 AE, and then I've had like 30 first gens. And everything's been rotary. Everything, except for my RX-7. And then I get these fucking purists that might have had 1, 2, or 3 rotaries, or maybe even a couple more. And they're like telling me what to do and how I'm the worst person in the world and I should go, I don't deserve to own it. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know how many how many first gens I've saved from being crushed in the junkyard? I'm not trying to like stroke my own dick or anything. But I'm like, you don't know me, fuck off. If you want to, block me. I don't care. If you don't want to see it, go buy your own car, keep it rotary, have your problems, have your car on jack stands in your garage for years, and it's never going to get driven. And I'm going to be out in my Honda powered car making pictures. We're getting so off topic right here. I'm sorry. All right, let's go look at the car. Okay, so I got the JSP. You actually use factory mounts. I got brand new mounts off eBay. JSP engine mount. Kind of see how I cut the subframe down here and box it in. Didn't look too closely at the welds. And then there's the oil pan you had to mod as well. You had to cut and notch that. So I've got like, I think about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of space in between the back of the oil pan where you cut it and notched it and the subframe. And here's this side. I do need to get a different alternator because this is the JDM one that came on this. I believe TSXs will work, and this thing's wonky. I could cut this down, but I need to fit probably go with a 70 mil throttle body like I have on the RX-7. It's cool because it's all the same platform, and everything sort of works together. Now, this is the hole I was talking about that you have to whore out. This one and the one down below it. You can't really see it. You have to really, really bore this thing out to get the bolt to go through, and that looks like dog shit. And I'm not trying to make this car like the RX-7, so I'm going to take this bolt back out, throw a washer over there to cover that up, and then throw it back through. I heard someone tell me yesterday that you can get a RDX, I believe, alternator. It's nice and tiny. It's got a nice tiny, what's this guy called, tensioner for it. And it'll give you the room you need right here. So that's cool. I have no idea what this is. Looks like a coolant line temp sensor. I don't know. I'm learning all of this. So back here we have the water pump relocation. I don't remember what brand. K-tuned, that's it. To relocate it, that's going to hook up to this line right down here. This guy goes to there. And then the stock water pump housing at the back here was huge, and it was going to be like right up against this. So I don't remember what brand this is. Some off-brand off eBay that just makes it nice and slim. And I also need to get rid of this JDM water pump housing. I was told it's shit and everyone upgrades from it. Plus, if you ever break anything on these RBB head JDM motors, parts are hard to get for it. So, cool. But we're getting there. I need to get a drive shaft made. Need to fix my trans tunnel slightly because she is sitting right here. And it's a lot of space, and my RX-7 F20C made a whole lot of noise. It was loud, so I want to baffle this to make it not so loud. But get a drive shaft made from A1 Drive Shaft here in Baltimore. Figure out the radiator setup, where everything goes, Still a lot to do, but I'd say it's in the car, and that's what counts. I've been trying to clean up the garage because it is a mess. But I have this nifty Haltech Elite 1500, and then this jumper harness that the K24 harness should hopefully plug directly into. I've got a harness laying around here somewhere. I don't know where. I gotta find it. This place is a mess. Stock intake, shit, and yeah. But I've been cleaning this place up. I'll check this candle out. This thing is so cool. Almost dropped it. Bush apple, but it's a candle. And it smells like apple. It smells like fall. It's awesome. So there's the turbo that I'm going to run on it. That's an RB26 manifold from my GTR I'm trying to sell. Yeah, but we are getting there. Car's got a cage in it. It's got overflares on it. It's got one little dent right up here that I need to get fixed. That's not going to be till down the road. And yeah, it's already got dual calipers on the rear. The hydro you can see right there with the wrench. That's pretty dope. Did get a title for it. It's got a cage. It's got door bars. This thing is neat. I can't wait to get this on the road. Alright, well that's about a 11-minute video talking about this. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I'm dailing my E36 right now, which is a drift car, and it's actually working out not bad. It's a little uncomfy, but it's not bad. I'm looking for a new daily. Well, I should just fix my Caprice. My Caprice is right over here, and it's almost done. I got an LSA on it. I need to get this thing back on the road, but maybe because I haven't driven it in like 4 or 5 months now, I just forgot about it, and if I get this thing back on the road, that'd be cool. It's almost done. Almost. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking for a new daily so I don't have to drive the E36, but I really should just get the Caprice done. The tow truck has a Holly Sniper on it now. I'm about to fire it up. I could fire it up today, but it's raining outside, so that's putting a damper on that. Now I've got my truck. My Samurai and S13 are for sale. I'm really trying to go more all in on flipping. I have a lead on 2 Mazda Repus and a Grand National that I think I'm going to try to pick up. I'd like to keep the Grand National. I'd like to keep the Repu. I'd like to keep everything, but you can't, you know. The RX-7 isn't going anywhere. The Repus I might flip if I get them. I'd like to keep the Grand National if I can get. The guy's kind of hard to deal with. But we'll see. I'll make some update videos as I get it. Thanks for watching.